The first type of market that we're going to discuss is the monopoly market. A monopoly is a specific type of economic market structure. A monopoly exists when a specific person or enterprise is the only supplier of a particular good. As a result, monopolies are characterized by a lack of competition within the market producing a good or service. The characteristics of this market are: the markets focus on maximizing profit. As there is no alternative available to the market, there is no competition. The monopolist firm can charge a set price above what would be charged in a competitive market, thereby maximizing its revenue. There are barriers to entry in the market due to patent rights. A monopolist firm is its own price maker. The price is set by determining the quantity in order to demand the price desired by the firm. The monopolist firm remains the single seller of that product or service as there are no substitutes available. Examples are nuclear energy. Monopsony Market. In a monopsony market, a firm has market power in employing factors of production, for example, labor. In this type of market, there is one buyer and many sellers. Examples are coal mine owners in towns where coal mining is the primary source of employment, and the government in the employment of civil servants, nurses, police, and army officers. In monopsony, a minimum wage can increase wages without causing unemployment. Workers are usually paid less than their marginal revenue products. This increases inequality in society. For instance, Flipkart is one of the biggest purchaser of books. If publishers don't sell books to Flipkart at a discounted price, they will miss out on selling to the biggest distributor of books.
For our topic, Exotech firm has a monopsony power in demanding high-tech labor for producing smart shoes. It is the only buyer in the labor market. In perfect competitive market, the labor has their bargaining power to choose their work and going for the firm which pay higher wages. But in monopsony market, the firm has monopsony power to decide how much labor it want to employ, and it has the market power to pay lower wages than the perfect competitive market. Therefore, from the graph we can see that the monopsony firm can even hire less workers, but also paying a lower wage, which is the marginal factor cost equal to its marginal revenue product of labor. In this kind of labor market, workers will lose their bargaining power, and they will just accept the jobs with lower wages rather than unemployment. After that, the firm called Galaxy Tech has entered to the labor market. Galaxy Tech firm has hiring workers similar with Exotech was hiring and also produce products similar with Exotech are monopolize. Now, there are two buyers in the labor market. Exotech might not having the pure monopsony power now whereas having a limited monopsony power. In this scenario, Galaxy Tech, which was the new entrance firm in this market, will try to hire more labor to create more production in his smart shoes product in order to lower down the price and improve its competitiveness in the product market. The Exotech now has compete from others firm. The firm will try to do the same things to avoid losing competitiveness in product market. So, the firm will increase its production too. The firm needs more labor to create more production, so it will hiring more worker and no matter to paying higher wages than before just for maintain its competitiveness in product market. Now, the demand of labor in market, and the demand of labor by firm will also increase. The demand curve has been rightward shifting. The graph is showing the increasing of the quantity of labor and wages. The green area are showing the monopsonistic restriction of employment inflicted by monopsony market and perfect competitive market.
Say about monopoly, there will be single seller which there are no close substitutes. Because of there is only one seller in the market, anyone who wants to buy the products must buy from the monopoly. This means the demand of the market is the entire industry. But we still don't know about the price and output of the firm. Monopolist's chosen output can be found by equating the marginal cost to marginal revenue. The producer can set the price as high as the consumer are willing to pay for it. As the demand is reflecting the willingness of buyer, the price cannot be set higher than the demand curve. There will be new firm enter the market when they know the profit is ideal. New firm will provide similar items with a little differences to compute with the existing industry. As a result, buyer will attract by the new firm and buy the goods from the new firm, causing the demand of existing firm to decreases because the consumer no longer must buy from the monopoly. decrease in demand cause marginal revenue to decrease. The new equilibrium point is shown, and this made the existing firm to adjust its product's price and output to a lower level.
How much are you willing to pay to get your hands on that new video game system? What would you do if the prices at your favorite pizza shop increased? Every day, people ask questions like these relating to the concepts of supply and demand. Demand is the desire consumers have for a good or service. The more people who want a good or service, the higher the demand for it. Supply is the total amount of a good or service available for consumption. The higher the amount of a good or service produced and made available to consumers, the larger the supply of it will be. Supply and demand have a big impact on the prices of products and services. Consider what happens with bananas. Now, there are few bananas on the shelves, but many people are waiting to purchase them. The demand for bananas is higher than the supply of bananas, because there are more people wanting them than there are bananas available at the market. Knowing this, the banana producer may increase the price of the bananas because they know that with the higher demand, many consumers are willing to pay more to get what they want. Some consumers will decide to leave without purchasing bananas because they aren't willing to pay the higher price. What would happen if we added another producer to the situation so that there are two banana sellers? The demand for bananas would be lower than the supply because there would be more bananas available than consumers want. The banana producers may decrease the price of the bananas to entice more consumers to buy their product, thus increasing the demand for bananas. Understanding supply and demand is key to understanding our own purchasing behavior, as well as the way business works.
The spillover effect is a change in one market's equilibrium as a result of a change in another market's equilibrium. The feedback effect shows the price or quantity adjustment in one market caused by price and quantity adjustment in the related market. In an economy in which some markets fail, such as failure can influence the demand or supply behavior of affected participants in other markets, causing their effective demand or effective supply to differ from their national demand or supply. Let's take the two related markets as examples, the slippers market and the smart shoes market. In these product markets, when the demand for slippers decreases, the demand curve will shift from down, and the new price and new quantity drops. This shows the partial equilibrium analysis. When the price of slippers market drop, the consumer tend to buy more slippers, the demand of smart shoes decreases. And the supply of smart shoes increases as there are more slippers production based on relative prices. Therefore, the price level and quantity in the smart shoes market decrease. This shows the spillover effect in which the changes of equilibrium in the slippers market changes the equilibrium in smart shoe market. At this time, when the price of smart shoes drops, the supply of slippers will rise in order to lower the smart shoe prices. The supply curve of slippers shifts to the right. The equilibrium slippers price decrease and the equilibrium quantity increase. And the supply of smart shoes will increase further as the smart shoe price is relatively higher. Thus, the demand for smart shoes drops further, and the equilibrium price level and quantity decrease further. This shows the feedback effect which the price or quantity adjustment in the smart shoe market caused by the price and quantity adjustment in the slipper market.